Today, we're going to go over our first impressions with the Panasonic BS1H. We're already very familiar with Panasonic cameras as we used the S1H for several years for our business. We absolutely loved this camera for video production and it was perfect for our business. Although we loved the S1H, we ended up selling it to buy more Sony cameras and lenses so that we could better match cameras on set and in post-production. So after going through all the trouble of selling the S1H and buying more Sony cameras, why did we end up going back to Panasonic? And not only that, why did we not buy another S1H? Why did we go with the BS1H? That is essentially a cube that has no LCD screen and has quarter 20 threads all around it. I can assure you there's a very good reason why we went with the BS1H, and we'll go over it in this video. The best way to go about this is to talk about the three things that we love so far about the BS1H. The first thing that we love about this camera so far is how modular it is. This is important for video production since we're shooting a variety of things at a variety of different locations. It has quarter 20 threads around the whole body, which makes it easy to attach monitors and quick plates to. And right now we have a small rig cage around it, which makes it even more modular on set. Another thing we love is the physical interface of the camera. It doesn't have a lot of room for buttons and space, but Panasonic made phenomenal use of the space it had. One thing that we were particularly excited about was the fact that this camera has both HDMI and SDI ports. Most of its competitors only offer an HDMI port, and most of the time it's not even a full HDMI port. We often work with monitors and receivers, so it's nice to have both ports. It also offers Genlock and timecode ports, which can often be useful on bigger sets. Next is the camera's ability to shoot 6K 3.2 open gate. This is a pretty unique feature and might not seem all that useful, but for us it's very useful when paired with our Sirui 50mm anamorphic lens. The 3.2 aspect ratio combined with the lens's 1.6 squeeze factor yields us a final aspect ratio of 2.4 to 1, which is a standard aspect ratio for anamorphic films. When using this lens with cameras such as the Sony a7S III and the Sony FX9 that can only record in a 16:9 aspect ratio, this leaves you with a 2.8 to 1 aspect ratio, which is much wider than people prefer. Another side thing that we always loved about the S1H and now the BS1H is that they both have tally lamps. These are very useful for any kind of production. Additionally, the camera's boxy style allows you to use bigger and larger batteries for longer runtime, as well as shorter and smaller batteries when balancing on a gimbal. Well, there you have it. These are some of our first impressions with the BS1H and some of our favorite aspects about the camera. Since this was a general video of what we like about the BS1H, later down the road we'll make a more in-depth video going over the specs and details of the camera itself. And as always, thanks for watching and we'll catch you guys next time.